For a very long time, as a creator, filmmaker, producer, photographer, I have always wanted a media cart. A media cart is like a hunk of metal cart where it houses monitors, cameras, switching boards, audio, and it makes production a lot easier. I've seen them on sets before when I've been assisting DPs on music videos, commercials, TV show sets, and I've always wanted one. Just that the price is kind of ridiculous. I mean, they are very modular, and I only need it for like one particular thing, which is produce a video podcast or an audio podcast for a client without me like obstructing or getting in the way of their home. Normally, more recently, I should say, I've been producing podcasts in people's homes. Mostly they have been audio, no video component. But what that entails is me bringing the Rodecaster Pro, bringing microphones. Even when, let's say they have video, I have to bring a monitor, bring my MacBook, bring the A10 Mini, which is a video switcher. So I'll have my video switcher, the A10 Mini, my Rodecaster Pro 2, which is for audio, Shure microphones, XLR cables, USB-C cables to connect everything to my computer, lighting. It just is a lot. And then what ends up initially supposed to be a 1 hour shoot, which I always tell them is always going to be like at least 2 hours. It comes exactly like two and a half hours, it's like 30 to 20 minutes of setting up and breaking down. But if I had a media cart where everything is housed in a cart, I won't have to ask my client to move their furniture around, like move your coffee table, like take this out the way. Like I should be able to go into a client's home and say that, hey, this is a beautiful home. Let's shoot here. I mean, of course, you might want to add a fake plant or a real plant to make the video look more appealing, but I don't want to get in the way and like move stuff and then try to remember where pictures are and knock over pictures and make those things fall. I'm done with that. So I had this idea and I went on Amazon and I decided to buy a cart this is a birthday gift to myself. This is quite literally a birthday gift to myself. I just said, I want this. I think it was like $102 for this particular cart. Now I measured it out and it would fit my Rodecaster Pro 2 and an A10 Mini perfectly on top. And on the bottom, I can fit whatever I wanted to. Like I was thinking about adding a V-mount battery, which is a really powerful battery that can power my Rodecaster Pro, my laptop, cameras and whatnot. So I'm thinking, okay, the second layer would be that. Third layer might just be like spare cables or tools that I need. And the beautiful thing is that there's like a handle in the middle, and that handle, I can collapse it and it fits perfectly in my truck, the back seat of my car. Just is really easy. Just like my blue wagon that I have to like lug around equipment. And for me, I always say this. I was talking to a creator friend of mine. She said she saw the cart. She was really excited. She's like, wow, you're always, trying to make your job easier. I'm like, yeah, that's just the professional part of me. Like I always want to make anything that I do easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no diabetes. Like I want to make sure that anything I do is just really smooth. But then again, I mean, when I'm doing something for the first time, it's not going to be the best. I know this is like, I don't want to turn this into a sermon-y, preachy or life guide or some type of, meditation thing, but that's with everything. Everything starts with one step and an idea. My cart idea has been ruminating in my mind for years. I figured, why not give it a shot? And as a birthday gift, I decided to go ahead and make one. And I'm really happy with it. To me, it's the best. To me, there's nothing greater than it. The ones that they have that's in existence already, they're trash. Mine's is the best of the best. I mean, granted, it is a amalgamation, if that's how you say the word, like a combination of different pieces of spare pieces that I have around my office. I even had to go to my storage unit. I had to drive there because I knew I had a few key components to this cart that I needed, and I went ahead and gathered them and put them together. So with the cart folds up, there's like a handle in the middle, folds up, 3 layers, and I was able to put a monitor mount on there on the cart, but I use it as a tray to put my MacBook on there. That way I can use it to see, what I'm doing. If I'm on Ecamm, if I'm on OBS Live monitoring a video. I mean, I even thought about using it. My wife even joked of using this cart as like a mobile little computer desk, because it quite literally can be. And I know this is like so into the weeds, and you're already 6 minutes in with me. Like we're already here, but I loved this whole thing of, and I tell people this all the time, how do you come up with this? How do you, like, you just had this idea? I'm like, yeah, just do it. Like, you have an idea, go ahead and do it. Like, the most powerful thing that we have in our possession, like, is our mind, and we can do anything if we really, really wanted to. I really wanted to make this cart a realization. I don't think I would have slept well if I just said, nah, I'm not going to do it now. No, I really want to. It's something that is going to make producing podcast content pretty fun. It's definitely a conversation piece. It's like the underlying thing for a lot of the things that I do are to selfishly of course, to get my ideas out. But I laugh because I honestly do them to strike conversation. Like my Blue Wagon, people, when I do a wedding, a baby shower, any type of video gig, whip out the Blue Wagon for my truck, and people would look at it like, what is this? What? And I lug all the equipment on there, tripods, lights, everything, and I don't make another trip back to my truck. And people are like, whoa, that guy's prepared. And I'm like, yeah, I like to be prepared. I like to, be presentable. And then the conversation will start, hey, so like, what's the max capacity? Like, what? Oh, I see those big old tires. What can it not ride on? No, have you ever had one that broke? Or, hey, how'd you come up with that? I love having those conversations, and I love sending them where they can go get one. Hey, go to Amazon. Hey, go to Walmart. They actually have this at Walmart. It's pretty good. Hey, go to Bass Pro Shop. These Outdoor World places. It's pretty cool. They have this for this particular application, and I just use it to lug around equipment, so it's not so like crazy. You just probably need to go to the beach, right? I mean, that's probably more intense. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh cool. Oh man, this is awesome. I love it, and I know this media cart is going to strike so much conversation, and that's how my brain works. It's like I need to create and I need to communicate. So, all right, let's communicate stuff that's going to enable us to communicate with other people. It's a win-win. I get to make stuff, and I get to talk about making the stuff. So selfishly, I've been talking about this stuff. I kind of feel like I just been talking about it to myself and my wife. My wife really loves this idea. Like I know people would think, oh, she's not into content creating. She really isn't. She's just really into me. And when I'm passionate about something and I have an idea and I don't, enact on it, I feel let down. And my wife kind of feels that. But when I do something and have an idea and I do it and I complete it, like it's like we won the Super Bowl. My wife was really excited about this cart. Because she knows, she's been on set with me before. She knows how much of a headache and annoyance it can be to like rip apart somebody's whole living room, their office, their studio space, just to make room for your computer, your Rodecaster Pro, microphones, and all those other peripherals you'll need to create. Like, she knows. So then me coming up with the cart idea, she's like, wow, you're continuously trying to grow, you're continuously trying to evolve and just master your craft. I'm like, yeah, I am. It's fantastic. I just wanted to create this episode and talk about it. One thing that I wanted to mention too is that the cart was a birthday gift to myself. This idea has been ruminating in my head for a while now. And I think I've said this before in previous podcasts. A lot of the ideas, a lot of the things that I want to do, even for you, you could kind of think about it as an RPG goal or a mission. And a lot of these missions, before you can even start them, they require you to be a specific level, have some specific items, be in a specific location. There are requirements for things that you want to accomplish. You can't just set out to get them. Not all of them. Some of them require, like I said, a lot of these extracurricular things. But honestly, a lot of other things that we want to accomplish just require will. They require the willingness for you to go through with it and see it realized. And that's the thing that I've been learning lately, is just that a lot of the things that I say, oh, I need this, I need to have that, I need to have this experience, I need to be able to have this many followers, I need to be able to know this many mentors, I need to have this, me and my wife have to do this. No. Some of the things that you really want don't really require that. You ever applied for a job and it'll say something like preferred qualifications? No, it'll say like required qualifications, and under it'll say preferred qualification, or there's another term that they use. And it's like, you're required to have here, but we also take you if you don't have any high school diploma or something like that. I don't know what job will hire you without a high school diploma, but you get the gist. Like, sometimes the things that we want to accomplish, like losing weight, meeting that girl, talking to that guy at work, taking your friendship to the next level, taking your relationship to the next level, you would think it requires more time. I got to talk to this guy. I really like this guy. Oh my gosh, he's so handsome. He's so smart. He's so talented. I want to talk to him, but I don't want to make our friendship weird. I don't want to do anything. Like, how about just do it? No, it requires about, me knowing him for a year, us having friend dates and hanging out. And it's like, you don't realize that sometimes you're just making your life hard. You're turning your life into a video game, which could be a great thing because you can actually count and keep track of things like, oh, you went out on a friend date with him 5 times. Oh, cool. You guys have a lot of the same things in common. You guys know the same people. You guys have the same interest. Check, check, check. Yes. So now you have 2 more milestones to hit before you feel like you can ask him out or her out or whomever. But how about just taking the willingness and just say, screw all those requirements for the dungeon. I'm going all the way in. I remember some video games that I would play, like Pokemon. There was an RPG game, and you would go into the gym to fight Lieutenant Surge. He's the what gym was that? Not Pewter City. Pewter City is Brock. Violet Town? No, Violent Town. Whatever it was. And you'd go to the gym and you walk in there and you'd face him. And I remember facing him, and I didn't have enough experience points. I didn't have enough ability, strength. My Pokemons were weak. But I went in and threw all the punches that I could, and I won. Through luck, through the willingness of me just putting in the work. I know this is a video game, and things just, it doesn't really matter, I guess you could say. But I've been in situations in real life and in video games where instead of you just planning it and going through how everything's supposed to be, like structured and you have to have this, you have to have that. No, you can just do it. I really wish, I don't really wish, but I think about if I was that type of person that required particular things to feel like they accomplished something. Oh, well, I gotta have this. Oh, gotta have that. Like, so there are some people who have it in their head where for them to purchase a home, they have to first be married, they have to have kids, they have to have a good job, then they could feel like they can get a house. If I don't have all these things, I can't have a home first. Like, what? The world is not stopping for you. The housing market is expensive now. There's a scarcity in the job market as well. Finding the career, there's scarcity in the dating pool. One of my friends said, the dating pool is filled with piss water and poop water. Like, so if you wait and wait and wait to try to get these milestones actuated and met, you've sometimes waited too long. And I feel like, okay, if I didn't get this cart, if I didn't get this, I didn't have that, like, I would say to myself, oh, I can't really do a podcast because I don't have this particular microphone. Well, I can't really do a media card because I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, I don't have that many followers, so I can't speak on this. Like, if I really thought about it, like right now I have 400 and I think like 63 followers on YouTube. So this mindset that people have, they'll say, well, I can't really start podcasting until I have 1,000 followers. Until I have like 10,000 followers, then maybe people will care about what I have to say. I probably felt like that once before. Maybe a couple times where I was like, well, nobody's listening to me. And then I tweeted something, or I don't remember what it was. I tweeted something, and it was this guy. He has a podcast and a YouTube channel called Obscure Mics, and he referenced something on my podcast. And then Jared Spink, who's also a podcaster and YouTuber, referenced something, and I felt like, oh my God, these people actually listened. There are people listening to me right now. There's a human adult who pays their taxes and they are listening to me. They chose to listen to me. So why am I choosing to listen to my doubt when there's so much optimism and hope out there, people who believe in me? There's this amazing quote from one of my favorite anime characters. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. Like, it's crazy inspirational. Dopamine hit. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're a huge anime fan, you know Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann is one of my top 10 favorite animes, top 3 favorite animes of all time. And Kamina is one of the best characters. One of the, what do you call that? Because he wasn't the main character, he was a character, just a side character. He's just one of the best of the best. Him and Jiraiya. And a lot of people, they hear the screaming and shouting of negativity in their minds is more powerful than the optimism in their heads. I remember going back to my old Instagram page. I had like this old photography page. I'm not going to say the name. And I went on there. I would say I remember, but maybe like last week I went on there and I was reading so much negative comments. So much like, it's like from 400 weeks ago, and it'll be this person, this woman or this man saying these hateful, negative things like, wow, you should never pick up a camera. Wow, so sorry. Like, Jesus Christ. Do you still have the receipt? Just weird stuff. And I feel like, oh my gosh, well, if this person doesn't like it, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should stop doing photography. Maybe I should put the camera down. Maybe I'm wasting my time. Maybe I'm wasting everybody's time with this. And I just don't listen to that. And I said, well, maybe if I learn and be better, maybe I don't have to listen to them. Maybe I can just continuously grow and learn for myself and not them. well, Gil, did you use them as like fuel to be better? No, because what they said didn't matter. They were just dealing with their own trauma, dealing with their own situations, and they're projecting it onto me by commenting on someone that they don't know, some young kid who's just interested in the same art form that they're interested in. It's just a weird thing. But I know some people just don't get my excitement for the media cart. It kind of shows. Like, I sent it to a friend of mine, and she was like, all right, what's that for? And I was like, well, you're a content creator. You don't see how dope this is? No, not really. All right. So I'll swallow my pride, but I'm really happy about this. Like, it's great. And the thing that I've learned through my journey is, you don't really have to care. I mean, it doesn't matter if somebody else is happy about your particular thing or not, as long as you're happy. And as I got married, I realized if my wife is happy, I won. If I am really good and my wife is great, oh man, there's nothing that anybody else can say. If I made a podcast and my wife listened to it, she's like, babe, I love this episode. And then I probably had like 2 listens or 2 downloads or whatever the case is. That's one of my favorite podcasts because my wife loves it. If my wife gives me some critiques, like, hey, do this better, do this next time, that's what matters. And this media cart, you guys are going to be like, dude, we get it. But yeah. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this little quick random rant. Be sure to check out my book on Amazon. It's doing pretty good. It's a photography word search book. You can go to gildormius.com/book. I'll leave everything in the description. That way you can go check it out for yourself. And check me out on Instagram. If you have been on Instagram, I started using Instagram's new broadcast feature, which enables me to use Instagram as like a glorified group chat or a newsletter where I can just share the things that I'm doing, ideas, tips and tricks. I really wish that it would enable people to like talk on there, but I think the only people that can talk are like moderators, and I haven't really found people who said they want to moderate or say they want to drop some comments and stuff. If you do, let me know. I'll make you a moderator or a contributor. That way, it's not just me in there dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast episode. I'll see you next week. Peace. Or sooner. We'll see.